Hi BookTube. I'm here to do a book haul. As you can see, I'm outside of my patio. It's really windy, so hopefully you can hear me and hopefully you can see me okay. I'm in the shade where it's nice and cool, but like my phone is like in the light, and so yeah, hopefully it's not too yellow. And I'm sitting beside my dog. I thought I'd get him on camera because I get my cat Winnie on the camera quite a bit, but Tucker isn't. He's hard to get in the camera because he's so big that I'm not often on the floor filming, so I thought I would show you a snippet of him, and hopefully you don't get too motion sick with me moving the camera. But here, you can see if I can get him. So Tucker, he's out. He has a little chew bone that he's eating. If I get him in the picture, but he's a really cute dog. He's sitting beside all the books. So yeah. Anyway, so if you hear a bunch of chewing noises, that's him. So yeah, let's get into the book haul. And so speaking of dogs, this is a really cute book, The Daily Coyote, a story of love, survival, and trust in the wilds of Wyoming by Shreve Stockton. And this book is full of pictures, because she's also a photographer. And I got this book last weekend, and I read it immediately because it was just so cute. Some more pictures. She got him when he was a puppy, and so she has pictures like all throughout his growing up. So we can get another one. Here he is with the cat. She also has a cat, and they got along pretty well. They were like sleeping together on the bed. But yeah, so I will talk about this book in a wrap up. But yeah, this was so cute. This next one, because I kind of broke it into categories. The first part is all about, sorry, he's giving me his bone, all about animals who have been taken in by people and like, become part of the family. And so this one is about a bat. I haven't read this one yet. It's The Bat in My Pocket, A Memorable Friendship by Amanda Lawler. So yeah, this one's, I think it's some pictures as well. Let me show some of them. These look like they're sketches of bats. And I don't know much about bats, and so this was like, will be a good way for me to learn about them. It looks so tiny. For reference of like the size of the book. So there's that one. And then this is one I'm reading this weekend. This is That Quail Robert by Margaret A. Stanger. And this is about a quail that gets adopted by a family, like in their backyard. They have like a quail nest, and they don't want to disturb it because you know, if they're having interactions with humans, like they don't want the parents to abandon them. But so after the quails leave, they decide to go check out the nest, and just so happens that there's 2 eggs left in the nest. One is broken and the other one is whole, but it hasn't hatched. And so they just take it and like they take it inside and they put it on like their bureau just to look at later. And it just like miraculously, like the next day, like the mom hasn't been incubating the egg at all, but the next day it hatches, and it's like a quail becomes their friend. And yeah, it's a really cute story. I'll maybe finish it probably today. And then I have 2 more that are, well, one more that's like animals but brought into domesticated life. And this is Frosty, A Raccoon to Remember. This is about a raccoon. I used to love, I still love them. As a kid, I loved raccoons. And this has some illustrations of raccoons. With a dog, a shaggy dog. So yeah, this one's gonna be cute too. And then still in the animal vein is Voices in the Ocean, A Journey into the Wild and Haunting World of Dolphins. It was a really pretty cover. By Susan Casey. And let's see if there's any pictures in this one. Since I have physical books, I can show you some pictures. And so I'm sure this, I think it's all about like the history of dolphins and, you know, like their behaviors, and I'm sure it's going to talk about the amusement parks. Because I mean, I'm not you, but like I hear a lot of stories about, you know, killer whales, and so yeah, I know dolphins are really smart, and I hate that they're confined. But yeah, so I'm hoping to learn quite a bit about dolphins in this one. And then switching from animals, it's insects, but this cover is really cool. It's A Buzz in the Meadow, The Natural History of a French Farm, with all these different insects on the cover. And this says, a conservative's deeply personal and fascinating reflection on owning and revitalizing a farm in rural France. Let's see, it's the account of his lifetime of studying bumblebees. And so in this book, he returns to tell the tale. He bought a derelict farm in the heart of rural France, Over the course of a decade, on 33 acres of meadow, he created a place for his beloved bumblebees to thrive. But other creatures now live there too, a myriad insects of every kind, many of which Golson had studied before his career as a biologist. And so he talks about beetles that mate, butterflies with spots, and all sorts of critters. And so, yeah, this one, I'm not really a big bug person, but I think they're worth learning about. So, yeah, maybe I'll be more friendly towards them. And then this last one that's kind of like a nature book is The Unsettling of America, Culture and Agriculture by Wendell Berry. And this is one I've been meaning to pick up for a while, but I haven't seen it. And it's not a book that my library has, but I was so happy to find it. And let's see, there's a description of this book in the front here. Okay, it says, Wendell Berry's probing and personal inquiry into the way in which we use the land that sustains us, and an expression of profound awareness that farming cannot be considered separately from the larger culture. So he suggests changes are by conservative and fiercely radical. Often controversial, but always passionate and eloquent. Here is a book that gathers urgency for today's troubled society. And I've read, I think, another book by him, but if he has a list of his books, maybe not. But yeah, I think I've read another book by him, but yeah, I've been wanting to get to this, so I'm super excited. And then switching to books that I got for myself, I got two for my boyfriend, because this one I've already read. It's The Nix by Nathan Hill. And for this one, I read it and I really liked it, but when I was reading it, I was like, this is perfect for my boyfriend because he plays World of Warcraft and he reads fantasy books. And so like this is like made for him because it's all about a man that's like really into video games, and he lives in the Midwest and he's struggling with women, and it's been a while since I read it. It's a couple years since I read it, but I know this will for sure be for him. And then this other book, speaking of fantasy that he likes, I got Wars of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. This big, like, hefty book. It has a really pretty cover page. I'll show you that. This is like the main character. Like, so this is a huge series that he's doing. He's written 3 of them, and each of them focus on mostly, it has all the different characters in it, but mainly focuses on one character. And this is like a woman who uses her magic in an artistic way. So like she draws, and she's like an ink blot is her little creature that she's like her like pet, or I don't know what you call it. Her like affinity is this little like ink blot thing. So going from that, I actually picked up some romance books because I know I don't go down the romance aisles in bookstores, but with this romance book bingo, I decided to check it out. And so I read Robin Carr, I think it was The Best of Us, or What We Find, something like that was the name of the title. I'm horrible with like names of stuff because I don't have physical copies. I just see like the beginning of the title, like, you know, when I open the book. But so this is Robin Carr. I read one of her books, and so I picked up 2 more. And this one, I love this cover. It's like the perfect summer read. This is Wild Man Creek, a Virgin River novel. And so yeah, this is like going to be a perfect summer book. I'm for sure going to find a way to fit this in to book bingo. And it says, sometimes love takes root in unexpected places if you'll only let it grow. And so this other one is The Wanderer. It's a Thunder Point novel, and this is set in Oregon, on the Oregon coast. And this cover's cool too. It's like a really good beachy read. And let's see, nestled on the Oregon coast is a small town of rocky beaches and rugged charm. Locals love the land's unspoiled beauty. Developers see it as a potential gold mine. When newcomer Hank Cooper learns he's been left an old friend's entire beachfront property, he finds himself with the community's destiny in his hands. And so yeah, there's that one. And the other romance book I got was Jodie Thomas, which is another author that I read. I read Canyon Creek, or something with Canyon in the title. Again, horrible with, let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, it's not listed. But she writes a lot like Western, like books set in Texas. And this one has cats on the cover, if you can see that. And the little inflap has, you can maybe see better. Has some cats sitting there. And yeah, this is like a romance set in Harmony, Texas. So yeah, so it's really good. Because I mean, since I'm kind of new to romance, I decided to pick up authors that I've read something by, because I know I'll like that. And so, I mean, I like romance writers, they write so many books. It was tons of fun, like picking out some of my next reads. And then going from authors that I read before. This one I decided to get because my library has a lot of the Babysitter's Club books, but not all of them, and I thought this super special, and I don't think my library has them, and so I thought I'd pick them up as I see them, because I do want to read. I really enjoyed them, so I really want to read like the full series, how it goes, and this is like a super special New York, super special number 6, and so I'll always pick them up as I see them. It looks like a really cool cover. And then I picked up 3 fantasy books. Binti, that's all part of the series. Binti Home and Binti the Night Masquerade. And I read the first one already, and they're really like, it seems like they get progressively bigger. So this is the first one, it's like pretty small, and then this is the second one, and this is the third one. So I mean, the first one, it was 90 pages, but the font is really big, and the margins are really wide, and so it felt like 50 pages really. So yeah, I'm gonna fly through these. I like the first one. It's really it's a different kind of fantasy. It's a really like technical and sciencey, but they're more like they're novellas. And so yeah, I'm happy to found all 3 there. And then I also got Cushell's Dart by Jacqueline Carey. This interesting cover, and it's pretty big book. It says, "When love cast me out, it was cruelty who took pity on me." And then at the bottom it says, "Not since Dune has there been an epic on the scale of Cushell's Dart, a massive tale about the violent death of an old age and the birth of a new." And so when speaking of Dune, I got Dune by Frank Herbert. And this is before I saw Steve Donahue's doing a read-along with several other booktubers. And I was like, it's the same day, like that morning I went to the bookstore, and then that afternoon I saw they're doing read-along. Oh, this is meant to be. It was fate for me to have picked up this book. It is a really cool cover. I read this book before, but I read it on audio and listened to it on audio. And so I'm super excited to be participating. I mean, of course, I'm going to be participating in the read-along, and I have a physical book now to read. So yeah, perfect. And then I also got a book I've read before, The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. And this one, I got it mostly for my boyfriend to read. I will reread it, but the bookstore had a sale. It was like buy one, get one free fantasy. And so there's 3 fantasy books I got. This one also like went with it so I can get like an even number of fantasy books. But yeah, this is a really nice, like kind of like a winter read, because it has like polar bears, and it's about a girl named Lyra. And she has like, it's really cool because each person has like kind of like part of their soul is an animal. And so, yeah, I wanted one of my, I think they're called demons or daemons or something like that. And I was like, oh, I want one of my own to like sit beside me and talk. But yeah, this is a really cool children's series. And then finishing up all the books I bought several manga. I got the first one, Yutsuba #1 by Kyo Azuma. And I mentioned this in one of my wrap-ups. And so when I got this one, I wanted to see about getting more. And then at my used bookstore, I found books 2 and 5. So I think I would just pick them up when I see them. And it's all about a little girl. She's around 5 years old. And it's all about her like new experiences. Like, she doesn't know anything, so she's just learning about people and technology and things. And so she has tons of mishaps when she's trying to figure out what's going on with these new settings. She moves from like a small place to a city, and so it's like nice fun read. And then I got this Blue Exorcist by Kazu Kato, and it's not really my kind of manga. I like those children's manga, but my boyfriend says he really likes them, so I thought I would give this a try. And it says it's like an action manga. It says, "Fight Hellfire with Hellfire." Ren Akumura never knew his real father. One day, a fatal argument with Father Fumoto forces Ren to face a terrible truth. The blood of the demon Lord Satan runs in Ren's veins. Ren swears to defeat Satan, but doing that means entering the mysterious True Cross Academy and becoming an exorcist himself. And so this is kind of like a university fight bad guys kind of story. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this one entails. So yeah, these are all the books I read. Let me know if you read any of them. And like I mentioned with my other book haul, I can't really keep a lot of my physical books. So if you're interested in any of these, let me know. I will keep some of them, but a lot of them I will just read and then either send back to my used bookstore or send to you guys. So yeah, let me know. So yeah, thanks. I'll see you soon, BookTube.